Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time watching this channel, this is Aromatics, where we make math fun. So here we make math fun, and please, at the end of the video, make sure you like, you comment, you subscribe, and you share. Please don't forget to drop your questions in the comment section. So today we are going to be learning how to solve exponential equations. It can also be known as indicial equations, and this is an equation that is in the form of a raised to the power x, where the index is unknown, hence the name exponential or indicial equation. For example, we have 2 raised to the power x is equals to 8. Now, to find the index, which is x, we have to equate the bases, that's both on the right hand side and the left hand side, make the bases equal by finding their lowest common factor. So the lowest common factor of 2 and 8 is 2. Now 2 is a factor of 8, so we write 2 raised to the power 3. Because the bases are the same, we equate the indices, the powers, so x is equals to 3. So note that the laws of indices are used to solve indicial equations. We are going to be seeing some examples of indicial or exponential equations. The first one we are going to be looking at is 27 raised to the power x is equals to 81. Now we want to find the value of x. For what value of x would 27 raised to the power x be equal to 21? First of all, we start by making the bases on both sides the same by looking for a common factor, and the least common factor of 81 and 27 is 3. Now 27 is 3 raised to the power 3. We put it in brackets and write the unknown outside, and 81 is 3 raised to the power 4. Now we have to remove the brackets. We remove the bracket and multiply the powers according to the fourth law of indices. The power inside is 3 and the unknown is 4, so we multiply. 3 times x will give us 3x, so we have 3 raised to the power 3x is equal to 4. Since the bases are the same, we equate the powers. The bases are both 3, so we equate the powers. That's 3 raised to the 3x will be equal to 4. Now we want to find x. We do that by we divide both sides by 3. We divide both sides by 3, so x will be equals to 4 over 3. So for the value of x in this equation is 4 over 3. Another example we are going to be seeing is 32 raised to the power x is equals to 0.0625. Now this is in decimal form. We need to change it to a form where we can equate the bases, and we start by changing it to a fraction and reducing it to its lowest form. The lowest form of 625 over 10,000 is 1 over 16, and 1 over 16 is the same thing as 16 raised to the power minus 1. Now the common factor of 32 and 16, the least common factor is 2. Now 2 raised to the power 5 is the same thing as 32. We put it in bracket as we've seen earlier, and the index is outside. Now it's still equals to 16 raised to the power minus 1. Mind you, 16 is the same thing as 2 raised to the power 4. So because 16 is the same as 2 raised to the power 4, and we multiply by minus 1, we have 2 raised to the power minus 4. Now if we remove the bracket here, we multiply 5 times x, we have 5x, so 2 raised to the power 5x is equals to 2 raised to the power 4. Because the bases are the same, we equate the indices, the exponents. So the exponents are 5x and minus 4, so 5x will be equal to minus 4. Now we divide both sides by 5, x will be equals to minus 4 over 5. So the value for x here is minus 4 over 5. Another example we are going to be seeing, we want to find the value of x for 4 raised to the power 6 bracket x minus 3 equal to 1. Remember, anything raised to the power 0 is 1, and because we are looking for an equal base on both the left hand side and the right hand side, and the base on the left hand side is 4, anything raised to the power 0 is 1, so we use 4 so that the bases will be equal, and 4 raised to the power 0 is 1. Now because the bases are both 4, we equate the powers, we equate the exponents. Now the exponents are 6 raised to the power 6 into x minus 3 and 0. So 6 into x minus 3 is equal to 0. We remove the bracket and we multiply 6 by x minus 3. So we multiply 6 by x and 6 by 3. It will give us 6x minus 18 is equal to 0. Now if this 18, because we are looking for x, we take this constant which is 18 across the equality sign to give us this minus 18. If it crosses the equality sign, it becomes 18. Now we divide both sides by 6 to get the value of x, and 18 divided by 6 is 3, so x will be equals to 3. So for 4 raised to the power 6 into x minus 3 equal to 1, the value of x is 3. Now we have 3 raised to the power x plus 2 is equal to 1 over 27. We want to find the value of x. So remember, 1 over any number is the inverse of that number. So 1 over 27 is the same thing as 27 raised to the power minus 1. So 27 raised to the power minus 1. 27, we look for a common base, a common factor, the least common factor of 3 and 27, which is 3. Now 3 raised to the power x plus 2 is equals to 27 is 3 raised to the power 3. We put it in bracket and the minus 1 is outside. Remember, if we remove the bracket, we multiply the power, so we multiply 3 by minus 1, we'll get minus 3. So because the bases are the same, the bases are both 3, we equate the exponents. So x plus 2 will be equal to minus 3. Now because we are looking for x, we take 2 across the equality sign, it becomes minus 2. So x is equal to minus 5. So minus 3 minus 2 is minus 5. So for 3 raised to the power x plus 2 equals to 1 over 27, the value for x is minus 5. Now we want to solve another equation. We have 8 raised to the power x times 16 raised to the power x plus 1 is equal to 32. We look for a common factor for 32, 16 and 8, and the common factor is 2. Remember, 8 is 2 raised to the power 3, 16 is 2 raised to the power 4, and 32 is 2 raised to the power 5. Now we put it in bracket and the index we are looking for is outside. Here we have x plus 1, here we have 5. Okay, now remember the first law of indices that says if the bases are the same and we are multiplying, we add the bases. So if the bases are the same and we are multiplying, we add the exponents. So 2 raised to the power 3x times 2 raised to the power 4x plus 1. Now we remove the bracket for this exponent and we multiply 4 by everything inside. So 4 times x will give us 4x and 4 times 1 will give us 4. Now because the bases are the same, we equate the exponents, and 3x plus 4x plus 4 will be equal to 5. We bring like terms together, and if 4 crosses the equality, now 3x plus 4x will give us 7x plus 4 equal to 5. If this 4 crosses the equality sign, it becomes minus 4. So 7x is equal to 5 minus 4. 7x is equal to 1. We divide both sides by 7 and x is equal to 1 over 7. So for this equation, the value of x is 1 over 7. Now for this equation, we are going to be looking for x, and as you can see, it is in the form of a quadratic equation. This particular exponential equation is going to give us a quadratic equation, but don't worry, it is very simple. So we have 4 raised to the power x plus 2 raised to the power x minus 20 is equal to 0. Now 4 raised to the 4 is the same thing as 2 raised to the power 2, and it is raised to the power x, plus 2 raised to the power x minus 20 is 0. We just interchange the powers, taking 2 outside and bringing x inside, so that we can have the same figures here and here. Now we have 2 raised to the power x all square plus 2 raised to the power x minus 20 is equal to 0. Because we are looking for x and this is in the form of a quadratic equation, we say let 2 raised to the power x be equal to y. So wherever you see 2 raised to the power x, you put y. Now remember, 2 raised to the power x here, the first one, it has a square outside. So we have y squared plus y minus 20 is equal to 0. We factorize the equation. So if we factorize this, we get a y squared plus 5y minus 4y minus 20 is equal to 0. We put brackets. Remember, whenever you put a bracket, the sign inside changes. After factorizing, we see that we have y plus 5 and y minus 4. These are the factors of y squared plus y minus 20 equals to 0. Now y plus 5 is equals to 0. If this 5 crosses the equality sign, it becomes minus 5. Also, we have y minus 4 equals to 0. If this 4 crosses the equality sign, it becomes plus 4. But remember that 2x is equal to y. 2 raised to the power x is equal to y. So because y is 4, it means that 2 raised to the power x will also be 4. 2 raised to the power x is equal to, we want to equate the bases. So in equating the bases, you see that 4 is 2 raised to the power 2. That means x, because the bases are the same, it means that the powers are the same also. We equate the powers, meaning that x is equal to 2. Now for the value of y, that is minus 5, that is 2 raised to the power x equal to minus 5. There is no value that will satisfy this equation. There is no value of x that will satisfy 2 raised to the power x equal to 5. So the value of x in this equation is 2. Now we have another dangerous looking equation. 5 raised to the power 2x minus 5 divided by 125 raised to the power x is equals to 25 raised to the power 1 minus 2x all over 5 raised to the power x plus 2. We look for a common factor. And the common factor of 5, 125, 25 and 5 is still 5. Now 125 is 5 raised to the power 3 and 25 is 5 raised to the power 2. So if we remove the brackets, you see that here it becomes 5 raised to the power 3x, and here we now have 5 raised to the power 2 bracket 1 minus 2x. So because this is a line, it means we are dividing. So we just write it out in a different form. 5 raised to the power 2x minus 5 divided by 5 raised to the power 3x is equals to 5 raised to the power 2 into 1 minus 2x divided by 5 raised to the power x plus 2. The bases are all the same, so we work on the exponents, we equate the exponents. Remember the second law of indices. If the bases are the same and we are dividing, we subtract the index on the right hand side from that on the left hand side. So the index on the left hand side is 2x minus 5, which we have written here. Because we are dividing, we subtract the index, and 3 raised to the power x is that on the right hand side. We write it down. Now across the equality sign, the index on the left hand side is 2 raised to the power 1 minus 2x. Because we are dividing, we subtract, and the index on the right hand side is x plus 2. We put a bracket so that we do not make a mistake. Now 2 raised to the power, we open the brackets, we have 2x minus 5 minus 3x is equals to 2 minus 4x, because when we open the bracket, 2 times 1 will give us 2, and 2 times minus 2x will give us minus 4x. This is the minus sign, we put it here. Now if we remove this bracket, remember minus times plus will give us a minus sign. So removing the bracket, the plus inside the bracket becomes a minus. So we have x minus 2. We collect like terms together, meaning that anywhere there is x, we bring it one side and we bring the others, the constants, the other side. So we have 2x plus 3x plus 4x, 2x minus 3x plus 4x plus x will give us 2 minus 2 plus 5. So 2x minus 3x plus 4x plus x is equal to 4x. 2 minus 2 plus 5 is 5. Now we divide both sides by 4 to get the value of x. And 4 divided by 4 is 1. 4 will cancel out, and 5 divided 5 over 4. So the value of x is 5 over 4. So for this equation that is looking very difficult, the value of x is 5 over 4. Now we have another equation, 2 raised to the power 3x minus 1 is equals to 4 raised to the power x plus 3. We are looking for the value of x. Now as we have said earlier, we make the bases the same, and the common factor that we can use for 2 and 4 is 2, and 4 is 2 raised to the power 2. So because the bases are the same, we equate the exponents. The exponents on the left hand side is 3x minus 1, and that on the right hand side is 2 into x plus 3. Now the 2 outside multiplies everything inside the bracket. So we have 3x minus 1 is equals to 2 times x will give us 2x, and 2 times 3 will give us 6. We collect like terms together. So when this 2x crosses the equality sign, it becomes minus 2x. And when this minus 1 crosses the equality sign, it becomes plus 1. So 3x minus 2x will give us 1x or x, and 6 plus 1 will give us 7. So the value of x for this equation is equal to 7. Now we have 16 raised to the power x is equal to 125 over 1000. We simplify the fraction to the lowest term to actually get the actual value. So the lowest term in this fraction is 1 over 8, and 1 over 8 is the same thing as 2 raised to the power minus 3. Remember, 8 is 2 raised to the power 3, and when we remove the 1 on top, it becomes 2 raised to the power minus 3, and 16 is 2 raised to the power 4. So when we remove the bracket, we have 2 raised to the power 4x is equals to 2 raised to the power minus 3. Now, because the bases are the same, we equate the exponent. So 4x is equals to minus 3. If we divide both sides by 4, x is equals to minus 3 over 4. So for this equation, 16 raised to the power x equals to 125 over 1000. The value of x is minus 3 over 4. Now we have a very dangerous looking equation. We have 9 raised to the power 2x all over 27 raised to the power 2 minus x is equals to 81 raised to the power 3x plus 1 all over 3 raised to the power 1 minus 2x. So we look for a common factor. The common factor for 9, 27, 81 and 3 is 3. 9 is 3 square, 27 is 3 raised to the power 3, 81 is 3 raised to the power 4, and we maintain the 3 raised to the power 1 minus 2x. Now, as I said earlier, whenever you see a line and we have a numerator and a denominator, know that we are dividing. Now we just remove the line and put the division sign. So because the bases are all the same, we work on the exponents. We equate the exponents. Now the bases are 3, 3, 3 and 3. We equate the exponents. The first one is 2 into 2 bracket 2x. And because we are dividing according to the second law of indices, the bases are the same and we are dividing, we subtract the exponents from each other. So we subtract the exponent on the right hand side from that on the left hand side. So that is why we have a minus sign here. And this minus into 3, because we already have a 3 outside, 3 into 2 minus x will be equals to 4 into 3x plus 1 minus 1 minus 2x. Remember, if we have more than one variable, we put a bracket so that we'll consider the signs. Now 2 times 2x will give us 4 minus 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times minus x is minus 3x. If we remove the bracket here, 4 times 3x will give us 12x, and 4 times 1 will give us 4. We'll bring down the minus sign, and 1 minus 2x, we still put the bracket. 4x minus 6 plus 3x will be equals to, because if we remove the brackets, the sign inside changes. Remember, if we multiply a minus times a minus, it gives us a plus. Now we have 12x plus 4 minus 1. Minus times minus will give us a plus. So we have minus 1 plus 2x. So we collect like terms together. When we collect like terms together, we have 4x plus 3x minus 12x minus 2x will give us 4 minus 1 plus 6. That is, everything that has x, we take it to the left hand side, and every constant is taken to the right hand side. Remember, once a constant or a variable crosses the equality sign, the sign in front of it changes. So for example, minus 6 here, if it crosses the equality sign, it becomes plus 6, and 12x here, if it crosses the equality sign, it becomes minus 12x. So after we have added all the like terms, we now get minus 7x is equals to 9. Now we divide both sides by 7 to get the actual value of x, and the actual value of x is minus 9 over 7. So for 9 raised to the power 2x all over 27 raised to the power 2 minus x equals to 81 raised to the power 3x plus 1 all over 3 raised to the power minus 2x. The value of x is minus 9 over 7. Now we have 49 raised to the power x plus 1 equals to 2 into 7 raised to the power x. We want to get the value of x. As you can see, it is already looking like a quadratic equation. So we look for the base that we can use a common factor, and we have 7. 49 is 7 raised to the power 2. So the index is still outside, plus 1 into 2 raised to the power 7x into 2 times 7 raised to the power x. Now we just interchange the indices, the index, so that 2 comes outside and x comes inside. So we have 7 raised to the power x, and we have 2 outside, plus 1 into 2 into equal to 2 into 7 raised to the power x. Now we say let 7 raised to the power x be equal to y. If 7 raised to the power x is equal to y, anywhere we see 7 raised to the power x, we put y. So we have y squared, because there is a square here, plus 1 is equal to 2y. If this 2y crosses the equality sign, it becomes minus 2y. So we have y squared minus 2y plus 1 is equal to 0. So we factorize the equation. If we factorize the equation, we have y squared minus y plus 1 equals to 0. So the factors of y squared minus 2y plus 1 is y minus 1 and y minus 1. Now, since they are the same, we just take one of the factors, which is y minus 1. It is equals to 0. If this minus 1 crosses the equality sign, it becomes a plus 1. So y is equals to 1. But remember that y is 7 raised to the power x. Now 7 raised to the power x is equals to 1. And we want to make the bases the same so that we can get the value of x. Now anything raised to the power 0 is 1. So 7 raised to the power x is equals to 0. 7 raised to the power 0. So x is equal to 0. So for 49 raised to the power x plus 1 equals to 2 into 7 raised to the power x, the value of x is 0. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you hit the like button, you subscribe, you comment and share. Thank you for your time. Don't forget to drop your questions in the comment section.